Please say hello when you enter the room. Please say hello. I'm just getting set up, guys. As always, make sure you are looking to the description box if you want to know how this works. Please also remember this is 25 Canadian. So if you are paying in a different currency, it will look different. It may be cheaper, it may be more. I don't know. But I know, for example, if you're American, you should be paying less. Okay, just to make sure that when you're paying with the PayPal, on my receiving end, it's 25. Okay. All right, just getting set up here. Say hello when you're entering the room. I love to know who's here. It's not always just about readings. You can say hello, you can interact, you can ask questions. Just going into the room now to see who's here. Hi, Jenny. Hey, happy Friday, Ray. Hope you're doing well. Feel free to ask questions. This is not just a live for readings. You can interact with me. I mean, I'm not saying ask questions about your personal life, but if you want to ask questions about, you know, your journey or whatever it may be, you can do that. You can totally ask me. But again, oh goodness, is this pinned? If you want to know how this works, make your way to the description box. I'm not going to be live for very long today, like literally 1 hour. So if you're thinking about it, if you're feeling an itch or an intuition, I would get going because I haven't checked over there. Oh, thank you. Oh, why is that? Why do I seem like I'm on fire lately? Any chance you're open to share what the Patreon meeting is on Monday? What Patreon meeting on Monday? What are you talking about? Oh, the reading. It's gonna be, it's a spread. It's a spread, and it's a very detailed spread in regards to your ascension, like where, I don't want to give you too much because I want you to be surprised. Now, I will be offering a teaser preview for everybody on YouTube to get an idea. And guys, don't get offended by the teaser previews. I'm doing this so you can see what's being offered. I'm actually trying to do this as a favor to you guys so you can actually see the type of reading that you would be paying for. You know, you're getting an idea as to like blindly paying and being like, this is not for me, you know? So don't get offended when I post this previews. I'm trying to do it as an option so that you can get an idea, like you can feel good about what you're paying for, okay? It has a lot to do, Ray, with your ascension path. Where you're at, truths, you know, you need to embrace, blocks. We're going to look at your blocks. We're going to look at what is the next step. Lots of stuff. It's a huge spread. It's a huge spread. It's like a 50-minute pile each. I've already done it. It was a magnificent. And if you guys all like it, I will be doing it more often. I say that on the reading as well too, that I found this spread to be so good, even as the reader to read for, that I'm probably going to be offering it every 2 months because, you know, we need to know sometimes, you know, where we're at, you know, what we need, you know, it's good for validation, right? Okay, I'm going to go check over there. Let me make my way. Again, I'm only here for like an hour. So if you want to get in, if you are feeling guided, I would do it now. I mean, I haven't checked who's paid, but I'm assuming the list is just getting started. So like you would be at the top. You freaked me out when you said there was a meeting. I was like, meeting? Oh my goodness. I don't know anything about that. Okay, we have some people here. Just give me a moment. Let me go back to the chat because I think someone wrote here. Right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's Khaled. Thank you, Khaled. I really appreciate your generosity. I really do. Okay, so let's bring forth the messages that everybody who's going to book today needs to hear, not the messages they want to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to everyone. Now, specifically, we are going to be speaking to Khaled. Let's bring forth the messages he needs to hear, not the messages he wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to him. Now, again, guys, if you are listening and you are feeling guided to book, you would be next. Right now, I just have Khaled. So, list is very short as of now, and you would not have to wait for your reading. Okay. What is my secret superpower that I don't fully realize? Okay, I love that question. What is Khalid's superpower that he has not fully realized? Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I'm not surprised the High Priestess came up. You know, you've got psychic cards everywhere. You've got psychic cards everywhere. I don't even care what the psychic powers look like to you. It could just be like, and I'm talking about with everything, okay? With anything and everything. It's not about reading people. I actually want to tell you something that I just heard right now. I don't know what kind of business you do, but you're actually using your intuition in your business. And you may have a knack for business because of that intuition. Okay, so if you consider yourself like a good businessman, or you are someone who has like a pretty good, I don't know, like feel for things, like I really wouldn't chalk that up to like something concrete. There's like layers to this, okay? You are very psychic. You have the ability to see beyond the veil, but you also have a superpower in not giving up, okay? So I would say you have more strength than others. Now, this is mindset for me. I'm not speaking about the body, okay? I also want to say another thing too. You've got someone out there for you. Okay, you've got someone out there for you. I feel like when you join forces with them, this is when your next superpower is going to activate. I see it here with the Lovers and the Four of Wands. You are destined to meet somebody who is like, this is a very highly activated, like, relationship connection. This is not like not even like a karmic soulmate. This is stronger. And I feel like, you're asking me what your superpowers are now. You've got more to accumulate. There's going to be more, and it's going to be a never-ending thing. Whether you are aware of them or not, but I think you will be aware of them. This is going to be like a flourishing thing, okay? I do feel like another superpower that you may have as well too is that we've got a ton of cards of messenger cards. So you have a way of speaking, and I don't want to use the word convincing, but it's like your words have power, but when you speak them to others, it gets them, I feel like, to move or do things that they wouldn't do. Hello. Yes, I saw that, Garnet. You're next. You have a way with your words. So there's a frequency in your voice, but you also should be a messenger. And I'm going to say something. I don't know what kind of religion you're into, or if you're even into religion, or if you're just into like a life coach or whatever. You should be preaching the word, preaching the good word, I heard. I don't know what that means. Like, you need to have some sort of like, and it's not necessarily about a platform. This can even be like in your day-to-day life. You need to be sharing what your knowledge is. You're giving like Tony Robbins energy here. You really are. Give me more in regards to his superpowers. You got the love, Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. Okay. I want more. Double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Yeah. You're a generator. All paths lead home. Inner authority. Yeah, you've got inner authority for sure. I felt like you could be like speaking in front of people. You could be helping a lot of people, and it could even be just in regards to sharing your experiences and how like you've lived your life. Intuition, turn your gaze within. So you're a star seed. That is your superpower. I don't know how open you are to this kind of, lingo or language I'm going to be using, but you could have, how do I put this? I don't know how open you are. You could have DNA from, other star seeds or galactics, okay, within you. But I also feel like generator, second wave volunteer, second wave. And you've got a very strong intuition. And it's interesting where it says all paths lead home. And that's kind of what I was feeling too, is that you know how to navigate yourself very well based upon that intuition. But I don't know how actively you use that. I don't know if you're aware of that. Maybe you just think you're sharp, but I'm sorry. I think there's some sort of psychic gifts here. Yeah, look at that. See the moon? See the moon? Like sometimes things are an illusion, but it's like, it's okay. I'm taking the risk, I'm going for it. And wait a minute. All paths lead home. Weird that she's like walking a path because he's also on a path too. But he doesn't care too much about like the tangibleness of anything in the way of information. He's going with the intuition. So your mission, you may have a mission, Khaled, in the future. And I just saw 1212. Where I'm at is 1212, okay? That's just my signal. I'm onto something here. You need to be speaking in front of crowds. You need to be activating others, but you are giving divine masculine energy here, whether you're aware of it or not. And it's kind of interesting too, because they're telling me that a lot of people in your life used to kind of think you were stuck up or picky or like this moody, maybe even, or introverted, like reserved person, when it's not even about that. It's not even that. Remember, we cannot perceive what we are not the vibration of. So it's interesting. It's interesting here. You need to be a speaker. You need to, I don't know. You need to influence. You need to be at the head of something. Definitely you need your own business, that's for sure. But you're on a very divine path, okay? Superpowers, I can name the ones you have right now, but there are ones that are waiting for you that have not even been discovered. And I'm telling you right now, when you link up with that person you're supposed to, that's when they'll activate for you. There's something about that perfect partner for you coming in, and maybe she activates you. It could be that. And then it's kind of funny. I wanted to say all hell breaks loose, but it's not like it's going to be hell, but it's going to be more like, it's going to be like the floodgates opened. Okay. Not doing that, but thanks anyways. Oh, like being a speaker, you would be shocked. You would be shocked if someone told me 6 years ago that I would be reading cards. Like, are you serious? Like, someone did actually tell me that 10 years ago. And I was like, this person's batshit crazy. Like, I don't even want to ever come here again. She was a psychic. And she told me that 10 years ago. She said people would be knocking down your door for a reading. And I was like, you're losing it, lady. Okay? So yeah, you've got more superpowers, and you're just getting started. So yeah. But I think you're going to enjoy every bit of it, because these superpowers are going to help you in your life. That's for sure. Okay. Give me a moment here just to run down the list. Okay, so I've got Garnet. Okay, the question's not here. And then I've got Melody for 2. May I ask? Okay. May I ask who has better intentions toward me, Eddie or Gabe? Okay. So let's bring forth the messages that Garnet Goddess needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. I'm assuming you're a her. Are you a her? Can you just say yes, you're female? Yes or no to female? Hi, Malv. I'm just curious, does everybody get notified of my readings? Like, I don't know if my readings went into like witness protection or something, but like, I've noticed like a drop, and I know this happens to a lot of people, but I don't, it's weird. It never happened to me before. So like, can anybody who's watching let me know, like, do you get notified? 'Cause it's strange. No, I don't get notifications anymore. You have to press them. That's the stupid thing I hate. You have to press that all, and then you have to, like, that bell, and you have to press all. Like, why? Why? I don't get it. But I think a lot of people are not getting my videos because it happens to me. The people I subscribe to, I don't see their videos, and it really pisses me off because I miss some things sometimes. Yeah, see? Yeah, you have to press the all button, like on the bell. It's so stupid. Why are they doing this? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't, what is that about? That's really strange. Okay, let's read for Garnet Goddess. Who has better intentions towards her, Eddie or Gabe? Eddie? Gabe. Okay, these two want to come out. You know what's kind of weird with this spread? Hi, Mercedes. I forgot to say hello to you. It's always been that way? Really? Okay. I'm not really loving like both of these people's intentions. I'm not really loving it. I feel like there's something of an imbalance here, like frequency wise, or like incompatibility with both. So like Eddie, hold on here. I'm trying to like read and do a lot of things. With Eddie, absolutely. With the Two of Pentacles, unsure. But I'm going to say something. I feel like with these intentions, like if I'm any of these people, I'm kind of looking at you, and it's like, maybe if I'm aware of it, maybe I'm not aware of it, but I don't really have, I'm not going to have what it takes to kind of like satisfy you. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm not going to have what it takes to satisfy you. I also get this energy of putting you in a corner when it's like, no, 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 no. You don't put me in a corner. There's something like along those lines, because it's like Queen of Wands, you know, you actually have a lot of the great qualities that would be perfect for Eddie, but Eddie's a little in the dark, I feel like. And with the Hermit, this is isolating energy. Either he's isolating himself in regards to kind of his true intentions, or he wants to isolate you. Both of these guys, I'm assuming they're guys, they're coming across as a little, and don't take me the wrong way, I just want to be really honest with you, a little basic, okay? A little basic. If I had to read between the two, I would say Gabe would probably have a little bit more better intentions, but you know, you're gonna feel unfulfilled by him emotionally. Not only that, I don't like the world clarified by the Eight of Swords. This makes me feel like, you know, again, that isolating or that trapped energy or stifling. You should be celebrated. You're actually coming through in this spread as like a hot commodity, I will say. Really have a lot going on, okay, for yourself. It's just like, and I don't want to say this in a judging way, I just feel like, you know, like they're a little basic for you, a little basic. It's funny with those people saying, you know, like this, it's like, bye, say goodbye, like say goodbye. Like something's off with the Hierophant. Something's off, like with our, you know, that can be intentions, that can be belief systems. Let's get some more. Something's off. Give me more on Eddie's intentions. Who knows? Maybe these cards might surprise me. Eddie's intentions. Anxiety, stress, depression, panic attacks, and restless. Okay, so Eddie's got some things going on. Now, I don't know if that's something he deals with on his own or you give him that. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you, but you could be with the Queen of Wands, maybe a little like, okay, listen, men do this, okay? You know, when you know, they talk about, they hold out for the one, they hold out for that one, or you know how they do that, they hold out for like that better option. And then when the better option comes around, it's like cold feet, you know, like you can't freaking win, okay? I feel like here, you give this person anxiety to some degree. They feel a little, it's like uncharted territories with the Hermit. You are uncharted territories. You would be someone I don't know how to necessarily navigate, okay? So again, I'm gonna talk about that, like that balance. Something's out of balance here. Let's go with Gabe, intentions. Okay, well, there you go. He seems shy and timid. Yeah, that would prove the anxiety. Now, look what we got here. We've got wedding, marriage forever, the one, union. Now, let's just slow it down there and get a clarifier. Okay, listen. Out of the two, Gabe is given a little bit more as far as a potential. I think this person likes your energy. I think you make them happy, but I'm telling you right now, there's going to be something unfulfilling about it. Emotionally, mentally. Not only that, I feel like they're going to try to suppress you or hide you, or just by being with them, you will feel suppressed. Yes, Gabe loves me a lot, but he needs to grow. Interesting with the Eight of Swords, because that's like a self-sabotage card. So, you know, so see with the world, that's you. You're like shine bright like a diamond, okay? Like I'm not saying you're perfect. Nobody is. And on your journey, you will constantly have to grow. But you're pretty, like, you're good. You're in a good space with the world card. Like you've completed some things. You've like, you were successful. You are out there. Like you are, confident with yourself. You're open with the world. Like you've definitely completed some things. Now that is being clarified with the Eight of Swords. So I don't know how that energy goes together, but to answer your question, you could have a potential with Gabe. Eddie, I feel like is out of the question. And, I don't really like this Two of Pentacles because do you really want to be talking to somebody who's trying to weigh things out? Like, no. Like, I want you to be ready, ready for me, or at least be at frequency wise where I'm at. So we can kind of like move forward, you are not in the position to wait around for anyone to grow. Okay. You're just going to stagnate yourself. And that's kind of what I was picking up with at the beginning. I felt that. So you have to ask yourself, at the end of the day, what you want. Okay. So don't worry about the reading. Yes, consider it if you'd like, but at the end of the day, make your own decisions. But, you need someone who's going to push you to grow, who's like already kind of like done some things, whether they're aware of it or not. And then, you guys can both sail out. Okay. Like by you sticking around and putting yourself on hold. I don't know. Okay. I don't know about that. So to answer your question, Gabe would be the better option out of the two, but still I feel like not good enough for where you're at. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the drawing board here. I am going to have to, depending on how much I see here, shut it down. So I've got Melody for 2. Then I've got Eva, then Rowena, and then Fillmore. Let's see how that goes. I probably could squeeze in another like 2, but yeah. Okay. So if you're here and you're hearing, those words, you might want to get in now because I'm just about to shut it down. I'm not here for long. Okay. So let's move on to Melody. Okay. So let's bring forth the messages that Melody needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. More clarity on how N is thinking, planning for this connection. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, I will say he is thinking, and I feel like he's trying to, with the strength, get into a strength energy because he will need to. He will need to in order to, move things along with you. You see that with that King of Wands? He's being urged to take action. He knows deep down he has to be that strong person. He cannot attempt this, without, it's really weird too. I even heard too, like, he knows he has to step into his masculine. He knows he has to like step into like that energy, and it scares the shit out of him. So listen, I don't like the Two of Pentacles here with the Hermit. I feel like I am kind of trying to weigh out things. I am trying to think about it at least though. Spending a lot of time in isolation, or you could be on his mind, okay, as far as how he's going to plan for this. But there will be improvement. It's just, it's peanuts. It's little by little. It's baby steps. How do you feel about that? Are you okay with that? Because it's baby steps. And I'm going to tell you another thing. He knows he needs to let go of his, I don't know, the Three of Cups gives me like that roster energy. I don't know if he has like some girls on a roster, or if this is just symbolically like a wandering eye, or, like for every person in life, whether it be a man or a woman, they have to come to that point in their life where they're like, okay, can I be faithful to this person? Like, is she or he gonna make me be able to be faithful? Or can I even give up on that life, that side of life? That's kind of what I'm seeing him here think about. And you know, with the Eight of Cups, it's a good clarifier, because it does talk about that, you know, being able to move past it, letting go of it. But this is baby steps. So I guess what I'm wondering is, you have to ask yourself if you're okay with that. It doesn't feel super fast to me. It feels a bit like baby steps. Okay. Kind of like what I was getting before for the other person. You have to ask yourself if you're willing to wait, like, or stagnate yourself. Maybe you are like, no, I'm ready for takeoff. And they're like, no, we're going to have you on the tarmac for like 10 more hours, or, you know, maybe a year, you know, more. Text message. So communication, news, phone call, direct message. Communication will get clearer. They're working on that. They're working on communication. They're working on, I feel like, being open. But would it make sense that upkeep with communication, would that make sense for the person? Because I think right now they're trying to do their best with that. But you may be like, no, I want this X, Y, and Z. But they're like, well, right now I can only give you constant communication. Is that okay? That type of thing. That's what I'm picking up for you in regards to this. Like in regards to what they're planning. You know, it's hard for them, though. I mean, I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for them, but this is hard for them. Whatever this stepping up in is hard for them. It's like when a boy becomes a man type of thing. That's what it's giving me, you know? Realizing that, you know, stepping into the responsibility of it all. I think you're worth it, though. They feel that way. Absolutely. What's your second question? Was he seeing other people when we weren't talking? What happened with that? Okay, we need a whole new spread for that. Was Anne seeing other people when she wasn't talking to him? And if you can include what happened with that, that would be great. Give me more on the Queen of Cups. Yeah. Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you resonate with the Queen of Cups? Are you a water sign? And with this one, I hate this kind of stuff, but the spirit is asking me to do this. Now, when I say, are you a water sign, I'm talking about your main one. I'm not talking about, oh yeah, I have a heavily influence of water in my chart. No, no, no. Is your... Okay. All right. Well, I understand now why they wanted me to ask that. Okay. Because I needed to differentiate. No, there was nothing. And listen, I just want to be very realistic here. I'm not saying that there wasn't others, but if there was, it was like nothing. Maybe like a hello on the street or something, or like they saw somebody with like a good body, or and they looked at them. But as far as like talking to regularly or sleeping with, no, because this points to the fact that with the devil, there's a strong tie to you that they can't shake. So it's not going to even make them want to be intimate with others. It's going to be impossible. It's going to be impossible. They're dead set on you with that Ace of Swords, dead set in their mind. They've got mental clarity about it to a degree, but yeah, you have a hold on them. So it's just like, it's that type of thing when you can't shake someone off, and it's not going to make you really be looking elsewhere. And even if they wanted to get, you know, try to forget you, like nothing panned out. The Hermit is here. Nothing happened. Okay. Nothing. There's too much of a stronghold to you. And something tells me with the devil, this will continue. This will continue. You will be contacting me, I feel like in a year from now, and still talking about this person. I just have a feeling about it. Does it tell you anything about why I have this, what does that say? Hold? No. But I'm going to tell you another thing. As a reader, I can only go to like a certain dimension. I can't go too high. Like I can't go up into 10th and 11th and 12th. And I'm going to be honest with you. Even when it came to the connection that I had with somebody, I had to go do past life regression to get the answer. You know how many psychics I went to try to like find out what the hell happened. What was this? They couldn't tell me. I think if you want to know, if you really want to know, contact Alba Weinman. Get on her mailing list and go have a past life regression, because that's probably the only thing that's gonna like shed light on it. With my connection, I had a past life in Lemuria with him. Okay, yeah, that's all I'll say. But yeah, like it's not telling me. And you know, even with that hermit there, your answers are within you. But I understand how annoying it can be. Okay, I understand, but I won't be able to tell you that. That would be like a whole other spread. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, Weinman. She's on YouTube here. You can just punch her into YouTube. I'll tell you, you got to be quick though. This is not a joke, okay? You have to get the email within seconds because people book up. They book her. I don't know. And another thing, you'll only get in when you're supposed to. So if you're trying for like years and you don't get in, it's because it's not your time. I'll tell you that. Because when I got in, I understood why I got in at that time. Okay. All right. Let me go back over here. Okay, let's go to Eva. Hey, Chitra, I've been wondering, how do others tend to perceive me energetically, emotionally? For example, I just started in a job and there's a colleague who seems to avoid or go passive around me, even though she's really chatty with others. That dynamic happens to me often, and later I'll hear complaints behind my back, but rarely directly. I'm curious what may be going on. Okay. Let's find out why Eva is having these issues. I mean, I don't want to call them issues. They don't need to be issues. You know, it's just nothing has a definition unless you give it. But let's find out what's going on. Why are people, you know, avoiding her? Why is this, you know, particular coworker avoiding her? What's going on energetically? Like, first of all, we need to ask if this is energy actually first before we continue. Is this, okay, let's bring forth the messages Eva needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Is this energetic? Is she emitting something energetically that is happening? And I really like that you're asking that, because a lot of the times people think it's the way they look and stuff. And it's like, no, honey, it's your energy. It's your energy. Give me more on that. Okay, this is kind of interesting. It's like two answers. It's a no, but it's also could be that sometimes you give this energy off like it's like I don't even have a word. I don't want to use the word standoffish. I don't think you're standoffish. I think it's, oh, okay. You're being protected. So when those people are acting like that, those like, you know, in a group of people, you have one, it's because you're being protected. You're not supposed to get close to them. This is like with the Two of Swords, an off limits energy. Like this is off limits. And, you know, with the Knight of Swords, I feel like these are particular people who might be a little bit too, I don't want to use the word aggressive, but I don't even actually know what kind of word I want to use. I know what it feels like, but I don't know what word to give it. combative, okay? You may not see it at first, but you get in with them, then they start all of a sudden causing problems in your life, or they could step out of line with their words, okay? Or they could attack. You know, this is like the fly off the handle people. Those people scare the shit out of me. You know, you say one thing, it's like not even bad. It's like, and you know, oh my God, oh my God. This reminds me of this like one girl I used to know. She would always complain about a guy. I just said something to her once, like, you know, like, why do you keep putting up with it? I was in her car when that happened. I almost died. I almost died. Like, she took me on a ride on the highway because she did not like what I said. I almost died for it. It gives me that type of vibe. Okay. So it's protection. Okay. But let's get a bigger spread here. Give me more on what's happening here. How others people tend, I mean, you're asking kind of more than one question, but I guess like, how do people perceive her? Now we have to be careful with that because, you know, there's so many different people, right? Like, so it's going to be hard to judge. Okay, there is something intellectually that you're giving off. It's almost like a threat intellectually wise. I don't know if this is, you know, the spirit is relaying this to just your work, but you give off something intellectually. Like, you come across as very intellectual, but there's a threat. So I don't know if this is that, like, you could steal my job, or, you know, you could do the job better than me. You're given something like that. I don't want to say too much about that. It's just, I'm getting the word intellectual, okay? You come across as a lot more smart than the people who are perceiving you. I do feel at times you can be unreadable, especially with the moon and the temperance. I don't really see you as a wide open book here. So listen, you know, Hermit, this is a card that, you know, is, it's an isolating card. You know, when you're reading that as a personality of somebody, it's going to give you like that introvert or someone who's quiet, or, you know, is just in the corner, or just doesn't want to be a part of a crowd. I really wouldn't worry about this. I would continue to do what you're doing, because if that's comfortable for you, then you're going to attract whoever you're supposed to attract. A lot of people have a problem with my personality. I can kind of sometimes be like that. I don't want to be like that loud one anymore. Hi, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to be super funny to get people like me. I used to be like that. I just want to be regular, like normal, myself. And the soul tribe that I have attracted into my life, they're cool with that. Okay, I don't have to do anything. So I really wouldn't give life to this. You need to, I feel like, more than anything, not worry about the fact that she's not talking to you. More look at it like, thank you, universe, for protecting me. Yeah, you could be with this spread, super sweet. But I really wouldn't worry about it. I would more like say thank you. Thank you for protecting me. Or because I know that if this person's not coming towards me, listen, Eva, they just told me if that person was to approach you and let's say she's not good for you, then you have a lesson to learn. So you clearly don't have a lesson to learn. You've maybe done enough work on yourself that now, you know, you have the team like behind you, you know, maybe even you also are getting a good intuition that people are staying away. Remember that. How could I be, I just told you there's something intellectually going on, okay? But it's not really so much about how they're perceiving you. It's more about protection. It's more about protection. So those that are not guided towards you, don't go out of your way to try to start, you know, fitting into their group or talking to them. You have to more come at it from the angle of you're being protected. okay? I don't think people perceive you as bad, but I'm sorry, I just don't see open book here. I see more like, you know, you look intellectual, you come across as intellectual, like you know your stuff. But I'm not getting like open book. I'm just not getting that. Oh no, I said I agree with you. Thank you. Yeah. I say change this around and be like, this is good. You know, if people are being guided to stay away from me, because remember, that person at your workplace also has free will, right? So she can choose and decide who she talks to, and you have to be okay with that. Just like I'm on YouTube here, not everybody's going to be gravitated towards me, and that's fine, right? That's fine. I have to be okay with that because everybody deserves to choose, just like I get to choose, right? So I would say do that. Like, have that more thought process about it, okay? Okay. Okay, so did you pay for two? Did you pay for two, Eva? Yeah, it looks like you paid for two. Okay. I'm on Rowena. Then it's going to be Eva. Okay, no. Sorry. I'm just confused because there's so many payments here. Rowena, then Fillmore, then Garima, then Eva, then Katrina. Jeez, okay. I don't know why I'm getting confused. Can you just confirm, Eva, that you only paid for two? Because I don't know why I just can't read this here. So let's move to Rowena. Hi, Chitra. My life at the moment is so full of unknowns. How exciting, Bashar would say, right? How exciting in every aspect. I like to know what good things I am likely to experience in the near future. So let's bring forth the messages that Rowena needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Talk to us about some amazing things that are about to happen to Rowena. Oh, nice. Are you there, Rowena? I have a question to ask. Are you there? Okay. Have you met somebody with whom you feel like there's an intensity? Okay, perfect. Perfect, Eva. Have you met somebody like it would be kind of like a spiritual connection? And I'm not really concerned at this point on what the label is around it. I just would say spiritual. Is there someone? Yes? Okay. Don't say anything more. There's progress. Okay, there's progress. Now, is how big is the progress? Let's take it down a notch, okay? But there's progress. I feel like there's going to be more mental clarity. Either you get more mental clarity about it, or they do, or there's more mental clarity on both ends, or just even something has altered or changed within the connection, and then now you guys can kind of more move closer together, or there can be an advancing, okay? I'm going to say another thing, and I'm going to say it very, very bluntly, and I don't want you asking me any more about it because I don't do medical readings. If you have been feeling unwell, there's going to be a turn of events for the better. That's all I'll say, okay? So you are going to have to ask yourself, you know, does that resonate with you, or is there someone in the family? I just feel like there's some sort of like improvement in health, okay? The other thing I'm going to say as well, too, is that I feel like there may be, okay, I have a question for you. Are you going on any trips? Are you going on any trips? Do you have any trips planned? Oh, my back. Oh, my back. Do you have any trips planned? If you do, this is going to, I feel like you'll be transformed when you get back. I wanted to go to London. Okay, well, you're going. You're going. Don't ask me when. I don't care if it's in a year from now. There is going to be a transformational experience. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Don't be surprised if when you go over there, you also feel a deep connection to the land and start to kind of, your brain starts thinking like, should I be here? Should I move here? What's going on here? There's something with the temperance and transformation in foreign lands. This is exciting. And it's kind of like next chapter energy for me. And I would consider moving, or maybe even if this trip inspires you, that would be next chapter energy, okay? I want a card on this connection. I'm going to also say one more thing for you after I draw this card. Give me more on this connection, please. Truth. Confession, clarity, reveal secrets. So I'm telling you, there's going to be, I feel like, more truth within this connection. And the Two of Cups would talk about that. It's a card of like balance, you know, equal energies moving towards each other. But this is also expressing something to each other, you know? So there's going to be potentially a confession. Look, we've got clarity on the card too. So that's cool. And then we've got like a reveal. Maybe there's something revealed about this connection, but also maybe there is a truth coming out about a secret. It's weird, but I already had that kind of feeling that that would be life-changing. Oh, that's not weird then. That's completely, that's not random. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Everyone who's listening, there's no such things as coincidences. And if you start to play that game, you will not advance in the way that, you know, is the best way. Because once you start paying attention to these things, life becomes more magical. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. I don't know also here, I feel like there's a humbling with someone. I don't know if you've had somebody recently attack you, or there's been like this enemy energy, or someone's wronged you. It feels like someone tried to kind of create unnecessary competition with you. There's a humbling. There's a humbling with this. I don't know if that's going to be that the person apologizes. I don't know if they're going to try to come back in your life. Like, I don't know what that's going to look like. But someone who tried to, I feel like, defeat you in some sense, or tarnish your image, or compete with you, there will be a humbling. Okay? So you've got a lot going on. Like, I have been asked this question before and I've gotten maybe like one thing. You have a lot going on. So, you know, get excited and get more excited with the unknown, because the unknown is not really maybe the unknown. It's because, remember, things are always happening in the background, right? So remember to be careful with your definitions, because it may not even be the unknown. But you should be excited. Lots going on. Next chapter energy for Rowena. Oh, goodness. Okay. Fillmore. Oh, okay. Jenny. Hi, Jenny. What special gifts does my soul carry that I am unaware of? So let's bring forth the messages that Jenny needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. What special gifts does her soul carry that she is unaware of? Okay, psychic ability, right? Psychic ability, gift of intuition. She's the only queen that sits with the black cat in front of her. You get more feelings than you can even count for. Like, she's wands. So your energy in a day can spike and change and shift. Like, you're a feeler. You are a feeler. Like, you feel it. You're welcome. You're welcome, Rowena. Your stuff comes from feeling, okay? I would tap into that more, but maybe you already are. But this is very strong with the Queen of Wands. You also have the gift of leading. You're a visionary. You're like, you will start things. You will go into the unknown. She goes into the unknown. She's like a woo-woo woman, you know? She wants to know. She wants to dive deep. She wants to go into all the rabbit holes. It's her soul that wants the truth. She stands for the truth, the Queen of Wands. She is truth. So you like that more than like the wool over the eyes. Now that's interesting. Death. Did you have a near-death experience, Jenny, before? Because they may have come from that. The death card is a cycle card as well, too. So it kind of even makes me feel like, you know, when we go and we come back. I don't know if you have experienced near-death experiences, but a lot of your gifts have come or activated from that. Now, with the death card, I do also feel like... oh, yeah, we can keep going. Yeah, if you're unlocking them. Is she unlocking them? Yup. Page of Swords. Young apprentice. Learning. Adamant about learning. You know, Page of Swords. Are you kidding me? That's like actually one of the best cards you could have got for if you're learning. That is a learning card. Okay? That's like adamant. Like, I'm adamant about tapping in. Okay? Death card. This could also be that you see death on people. I know that can sound weird, but... or you can see things on people, like their inner traumas, what they're depressed about. There is this, I feel like, but it's attached to feeling, but I feel like you can see it as well on people. But you may even be a healer. So, you know, I don't know how you feel about that, you know. You may have not tapped into that as of yet, but I think you could actually bring people back from this. That's a big one. Are you kidding me? This is like amazing. Strength card. So she has the affinity symbol above her head. She's definitely working. You know, you're asking if you're learning to unlock them. Absolutely. Because you see that lion? That lion is basically symbolically whatever stops her from evolving forward. So she's working on it. She's gracefully working on it. She's being patient about it. For most readers, they will talk about the lion being the ego, but I don't know that I feel that's what that is for you. It could just be like, again, whatever holds you back from unlocking them. So if you are a person who is actively meditating, actively going to get healed, actively participating in group sessions or whatever it may be, that would be you working on it. When I was a baby, I did. Okay, there you go. There you go. More. Crazy. That's crazy with the Hangman. Because that's an enlightened card. That's an enlightenment card. And it's interesting with the Three of Swords because I just feel like you're a transmuter. You're a transmuter. I don't really know too much about that, but you could actually transmute stuff. Like, I knew one woman who did that. I don't know that she was doing it properly because she would always get these like physical ailments. I don't know if she was taking it off of the person and then it was going on to her. I mean, it was scary to watch because she would show up sometimes with these like bruises and stuff, but you could actually transmute, like, you know those people who like place their hands on people and they take the disease out or they do whatever. Like, you could do that. That's actually intense. I don't know how you feel about that. You are a healer? Oh, wow. Okay, more. Queen of Swords. Okay, so one of your other gifts is, again, you're getting like a lot of strong characters here. I do feel like with the Queen of Swords, this is also that I feel like this is what is behind, you unlocking your gifts. Like, you're very adamant about it. Like, you're an active participator. This is main character energy. You are going to tap into all of your gifts in this lifetime, but I would say with the Queen of Swords, like, I don't really have much to tell you about that because she does the work, but she can also see. She has a very keen sense of awareness of who is bullshit and who is the real deal. Like, you get this all the time. You know who to listen to. You know who's faking it. You know who's just doing this because they're on trend. They're trying to be on trend. You have a very keen sense. And I feel like you have your stuff is your feeling. Some people, they get it through the third eye. Some people hear stuff. It's like your feeling. Okay, there's a lot of work being done in dream state. There's a lot of work being done in dream state, okay? I don't know if you know who your guide is. I don't even know who this man is, but this could even be like someone you've connected with. There could be a lot of journeys that is taken with him, but if it's not, then you are doing a lot of healing work in the dream state. I wonder if sleep has always been an issue for you, but this is overload. This is overload. Like, I could probably sit here and read about your gifts for like hours. Really. Like, wow. I'm just curious. Like, there's like a deck here. I want to they're telling me to go look or pull a card from this deck. I don't know why, but when they say something, I listen. So I'm going to. One card to wrap up this reading in regards to her soul gifts and also if she's learning to unlock them. Moon water. Okay, you're very connected to the, I feel like you're very connected to the moon, but I feel like there's, that moon has its eyes closed. And we've got reset. What I will tell you, Jenny, is that you need to be making sure, they didn't really give me like your soul gift with this card, but what I will tell you is that you really need to do your best to recharge. Like, you're going to be a person who needs to make sure that they're getting enough sleep and they're taking care of themselves, because it reminds me, they're going back to that woman I was talking about. I don't think she was doing it right. I think if you're going to be a healer and you have this gift, which is like, I feel like in that potion bottle, which is the gift itself, the essence of the gift, you are going to have to make sure that you are really taking care of yourself. That's the best way that you can learn to unlock more, is make sure you're always pressing that reset button, no matter what anybody thinks or feels about it. Okay? Holy crap, this was intense. Amazing. Okay. Let me just go back over here. Oh, it's hot in here. Okay. Garima. Okay, we got Garima, then Eva, then Katrina, then Basma. I might shut this down. I gotta go shut this down. Give me a second. I'm gonna just shut this down. I gotta go right, but it's closed. Okay. Let's go to Garima. So let's bring forth the messages. Oh, what happened here? The hell is going on? The internet has been so weird today. Guys, everything is getting weird. Do you guys notice there's something off with the birds? It's like they don't know, they're having problems with direction and stuff. Like I'm getting a lot of like birds trying to like I don't know if they're not taking off in time, but they're trying to like fly at my window. There's a lot of birds like I don't know what this is. Like there's something off with the birds. I don't know what it may look like to you, but they're acting weird. I don't know why. Let's bring forth the messages that Garima needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Which of the two courses, one starting in July or the one starting in December, is better suited for me overall? Will this education help me to grow clientele? Okay. Talk to us about the course in July. Talk to us about the course in December. That's funny. That's funny. Because here you are trying to figure out which one of the two. And you got the Two of Pentacles and the Lovers is like the choices that you have to make. So what I will say here is overall, what did you say there? Pools are shifting. Yeah, something's off with them. Anyways, I'll tell you something overall. They both look really good. So you may not even get your question answered here because it both looks good. So with the one starting in July, I don't know if you're able to take both. I don't even know if this talks about even doing both because this can be juggling both if you can. I don't know. Queen of Wands, this could be like a really good initiative course. Like, I don't know if it's new for you, but it could kind of give you the knowledge you need, the wisdom you need to be there for your clients. So I don't know what the, oh yeah. Is it okay if I could take up both? That's actually what that's pointing to. But I didn't know if that was something you could do. If you can do that, if that makes sense to you, I would say go for both. Absolutely, because both of them look amazing. So you're gonna, I feel like with the Queen of Wands, the Hermit, and the Page of Cups, you will be learning. You will gain wisdom, the wisdom that you need. And it will, once you have this, whatever it is that you can add to, like what you know, or you're giving yourself like, oh, I've done this course. Like, I don't know if it's a resume thing. You will be able to, I feel like, attract. People will need that. For the one in July, people will need your knowledge of what you learned, because you will have the truth and they will want to learn, or they will you will be the one that they come to because you know what you're doing or you know how to do it. But it could also be something you begin, something new you begin, like to offer for clients. But yeah, the clients will come with the Page of Cups. The one in December is interesting as well, too. This could be actually life-changing. So I will say that I favorite the December one, but that looks just as good. So with the December one, you have the possibility to, I feel like, create something with the Empress. It will embolden you. And with the Death card, there even could be something transformational that happens with the one in December. But not only that, it gives you a leg up on the competition with the Strength card. So I just feel like you're adding to what you already have with these courses, and it just makes you look even better. Especially if you're trying to attract clients. Like, clients would be attracted to you. They will be very, what's the word? Like, impressed. I can't answer that question if you should do it this year. Like, you need to kind of somehow reevaluate. I don't know your life, you have to reevaluate your life and ask yourself if you can do that. But the potential is there. Yeah. Should she do it this year? I mean, yeah, with the Eight of Cups, you know, maybe let go with this card, surrender to anything that you think of why you couldn't do it, you know? This does talk about letting go. So whatever would stop you from doing it this year, think more about that. Is that even real? Is it real? If it's real, then, you know, don't. But that's just kind of weird to me with the Two of Pentacles. You know, you're asking about two different courses and you're getting the Two of Pentacles. But that could also be, listen, I want to be honest here. That could also be an omen or an indication that, you know, be careful, because handling two at once could be too much. And maybe with the Lovers, it says decide, you know, decide. But listen, you know, you're pretty strong with that Seven of Wands. Like, I mean, if anybody could handle it, it would be you, Garima, okay? So I'm giving you a big yes to both courses. They look like you will gain something out of it that you can offer clients. You'll have a leg up on, you know, the competition. Nothing looks like a waste of time, or nothing looks like you won't benefit from it. Nothing is looking like that here. Go for it with the Eight of Cups. You know, just go for it. Let go. Just throw yourself in. Okay? All right. Okay, let's bring forth the messages that Eva needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. Hey, Chitra, could you also tune into the energy around love and relationships overall for me in the next few months? I'm curious what may be shifting, whether it's in who I attract, how I relate, or what I'm being prepared for. Okay. Talk to Eva about love. So it shows here that you're healing from something, or actually you have healed from something. So I don't know when your last relationship was. It looks kind of brutal. Looks like it was brutal. I feel like here you with the Hermit have healed something and you're ready to move forward. Hold on. Yeah, there's a man coming to you. There's a man coming to you. Yeah, hold on. I don't really like the High Priestess on the bottom because I don't know if this is going to be something secret, or this could be even something to do with some, like, I don't know if the Emperor is some, like, a boss, or if it's not a boss, I don't know if it's like I have to hide it from my parents. That could be your father too. Like, why are we hiding? Or it's hidden, or I can't speak out about it. Give me more on this connection here I see with the King of Swords. Okay, so we have a relationship here. We're going to do 3. Secret crush. Roll the dice. Yeah, there's something, I don't know how much I want to say jump for joy, because this looks a little painful. It could be potentially painful. Because it's like, I don't feel like we progress as quickly as we would like to. I do feel like there's someone that comes in who you like, they like you, but there's something that is stopping the connection from moving forward. So again, I don't know if you meet this person at work. I don't know what this is, but it's like we have to roll the dice to entertain it. We have to take a chance. We have to risk. We have to be a leap of faith. It has to be a leap of faith, and it has to be, we have to use strategy. Why? Now, listen, it may not be something tangible. It could be that it's a deeper connection, and maybe it's a little frightening at first because we've never felt that way before. But I'm going to say another thing that's coming through. I also wouldn't be surprised if this is a person who you're not really used to. Like, it's a different race or ethnicity. And it's a little bit, I'm a little taken aback by that because that's just not my type. And then maybe them also too, they're like, that's not my type, but like I feel what I feel. I don't know what the dilemma will be that causes this to be a crush first, like a secret crush that eventually will turn into a relationship. But there's some unknown stress around it. There is some unknown stress around it. But listen, you did very well with whatever you dealt with before, okay? I don't know what you were going through or what you had to heal from. You did very well with that, okay? So big, like, kudos to you from the spirit guides. You did very well, but we're going to throw something else at you now. We're going to throw something else. And Tower card, yikes. It's a bit unexpected. You couldn't see that coming for a mile. Now, I think that's what it would have been if you didn't get the reading. Now that you've got the reading, you know now. So, I don't know with the High Priestess. There's something blocking this connection. You will understand it when it happens for you, but it definitely has the possibility of becoming a relationship. Now, I didn't really ask about which months or in how many months. Who cares? Okay? Who cares? It's coming. And there's nothing you have to do. Okay? So I've given you a little bit, but brace yourself. And this guy is very handsome. He's very handsome, but he could be even stubborn in his energy. And it's like when I want more, but it's hard. But I don't know if it's the environment where you meet that makes it hard or if he's just difficult. Because King of Swords is hot and cold. He's hot and cold. He will confuse the hell out of you, okay? And he does not function from his heart. He functions from his brain, what is logical. So it could be quite the ride. I don't know where Eva is, but that's your reading. Yeah. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, I'm going to read for now Katrina and then Basma. Okay, so Katrina, let's bring forth the messages she needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. What does Spirit want her to know? And if you're there, Katrina, be on standby. Let me know you're here. Because I may have questions. Like I have one right now. There's a relationship coming forward here. Feels like it's, feels like it's very intense, but there is, I feel like, a very deep, profound sadness around it. Have you just recently broken up with somebody, or is there a connection that I feel like is not going according to plan? Katrina, are you there? Is there a connection that is like really this is like there's a lot of attraction, but I feel like maybe this is like due to a lack of indecision. There is sadness around it. Hi, can you let me know if there's a connection that you just, experienced, or like, because I need to know if this is, if it's something you're experiencing now, or is this going to be coming to you? Is there anybody you're kind of like torn up about? Someone you're sad about? Something that had a lot of promise? Feels spiritual, but there's a lot of attraction. Yes, lots of miscommunication. But you're not married, right? This is just like a connection. You're not married? Because I feel like you're learning a lot through this. Like, but it's taking a toll on you. It's taking a toll on you emotionally. Okay, what you need to know about this is actually helping you to become a better version of yourself. If you can kind of see through the silver lining, okay? We sent you this person to show you aspects of yourself that maybe you weren't paying attention to or loving. But this is for your growth. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be with them, but that was never the intention. What happens if this becomes a thing? That's going to be up to the free will of you and this person. But we sent this in, you know, for you to elevate you. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think you were married. I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, this is a connection that is trying to take you to the next level. So be careful with how you view it, how you, like, what you give life to it, because it's more about you than anything. It could even have shown up just to show you what you don't prefer. But there is a deep connection and there's a lot of attraction on both ends. And I do feel like there's a sadness because it's like, I want this person to be, you know, my person. I want to be with them. And I feel like it's just not going according to plan. So it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, the energy. I do actually want to tell you that I think there's another man coming into your life. Should you pursue it? No. I say go with the flow. You know, pursue it means taking action on it. I wouldn't do that. I would go with the flow. We don't always have to do that. We can go with the flow and see how things pan out. But that brings me to something else. There's another man coming. He's a little more equipped. He's a little bit more mature. He's a little bit more grown. And I'm not talking about grown as an age, although he could be. But he has more wisdom, like, for you at this time. And listen, you could be feeling like at some point you're going to be juggling both, like the feelings for both of these people. So it's a bit difficult. Give me a card for this connection over here that I'm seeing. Divine intervention. So we got a catalyst. We got a catalyst, Katrina. I don't know that you're supposed to be with this person. This is a catalyst. This is soul family with the Four of Wands. You see how that house on fire? Everything is going to shits. Like, it's explosive. I can understand. I see the Ace of Wands. This has stirred up stuff, okay? But we got a catalyst over here. Now, that's interesting because those catalysts usually get you ready for the real deal. So let's just get a card for this person over here that I'm seeing. Surrender. So listen, I think through the process between this person and then this person showing up, you will have learned to surrender. Kind of weird you asked me if you should pursue it. Didn't I say kind of go with the flow? That is a version of surrendering. We have let go, release, give up, but also have patience. So I think this is going to be your person over here. Look what's at the bottom. Magnetic attraction. I can see with the Ace of Wands, there's a lot of this, and that's what makes it kind of difficult and annoying. But Katrina, you're learning right now. You're in learning. You may have not really thought about that this was all coming into your life as a way to learn something about yourself. But I'll tell you one thing, that's why everything happens in your life. You're here. This is Earth School. You know, nothing is random. So this was your message from the universe or from spirit. I say work on yourself. You actually, with the Hermit, need to be isolating yourself right now. I don't mean lock yourself in a room, but what I mean is the focus needs to be on you, okay? But there will be a lot of action in the love life, and be prepared, someone else is on their way to you. Could even be a stronger attraction than what you had for this previous person. Like, if you thought something couldn't top that, oh honey, you are in for a big surprise. Okay, Basma. Hi, Basma. Let's bring forth the messages Basma needs to hear, not the messages she wants to hear. And let's bring it forth in a very clear and direct way so that I, as the interpreter, can interpret it to her. I've been thinking about this guy for 3 years now. I can't get him out of my head. Wanted to know how to get rid of that feeling. I want to fall in love again and move forward in my love life. You will. You will. Sometimes things take time. It took me 7 years to get someone out of my head. 7 freaking years. Now, that's not always you, you as the person doing this to yourself. There's reasons for this. I don't know. I can't go into higher, dimensions to find out why. I really don't even have the answer to that. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But it will fade when it's supposed to. I promise you that. But sometimes it can take time. And it could just be that it's the energy that needs to be around you so that you move in a particular way. Okay? But let's answer your question. What does she need to know about this guy? How can she stop thinking about him? Okay, that tells me it will end. It will when it's ready. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man, you were just talking about how you can't get him out of your head. Look what's sitting right underneath him. The 7 of Cups. Like it's becoming like you have literally questioned like if you were going nuts. Like if you needed to go seek help for it. I know. I did too. Because I don't even have an obsessive personality. Like I never cared about guys, okay? So when this happened to me, I was like, do I need to go to like a therapist or something? Like is something like, what is this? Like I thought it was actually demonic, to be honest. I thought it was demonic. At first I was like, oh, this is the devil. Oh, okay, I see now what people are talking about. Yeah, it wasn't demonic. So there's something I feel like that needs to, okay, there's a reason why he's in your head. You can't stop thinking about him, but I like that the Chariot is here because it talks about, whoa, right? Wow, look at that with the devil, right? Okay. So there's going to be movement, okay? But, it's interesting here with the devil because these two are like chained to each other, I mean, it's loose. They could free themselves, but they are like chained together and it looks like it's his doing up here. He wants them chained together. Now, don't worry about, oh, this is a bad guy and all that. Just don't worry about that, okay, for now with the message. This shackle between the two of you, this energetic cord, it will sever. Eventually it will move with the Chariot. But right now there's magic being performed with the Magician. And no, it's not black magic. It is whatever you need in order to activate you to do certain things in your life. This was a particular person who, for some reason, by coming into your life, allowed you to be activated in a way where you could move forward. See, they're telling me, okay, before I say what they're telling me, has a lot happened in 3 years? Like, are you no longer the same person? This could be about moving you onto a different timeline. That's why it came in. Sometimes it takes a particular person to do that. And I do think here that this person was perfect for it. But you will move forward. You will move forward. You will move out of this, but you have to embrace it, Basma. They're telling me the way to deal with this is to embrace it. I know that could be sounding like, what? Embrace it? If I embrace it, isn't that going to make more of it? No, actually, not really. Because whatever you resist will persist. Whatever you resist will persist. So how about embracing it? Let's see what happens here with these cards. Give me more on this guy. He's very important. He's very important. And he looks like he just showed up on the scene with the Six of Wands, just creating havoc in your life. Like, showed up and just stirred the pot. But Death card, transformation was needed. Transformation was needed. Give me more on this guy. Intuition, gut feeling, psychic premonition, sixth sense, strong connection. He may have also activated this for you. This intuition card can also be applied to a spiritual journey. Could have activated that. Because what is the spiritual journey? It's all about this, okay? More. I was looking for this card. I was like, this guy has to be someone from a past life. Unfinished business. It's not over. Patterns, back and forth, baggage. You had something you had to work out with him. But I think you've been together before. 100%. 100%. And listen, you could take that also as a card, like if you'd like. But remember, don't have any expectations that there is unfinished business. So maybe he will be back. And guys, listen, let me tell you something. If this connection is really what you think it is, then 10 years is going to feel like a day. 10 years will feel like a day. It is not uncommon to have these connections come in and then meet them at a later time. But I promise you, 10 years can fly by and it's like, oh, like, get out of the waiting. Get out of the waiting. And maybe by embracing this, it will stop. But don't be surprised if he pops back up. Okay? I'm not here to read how, but don't be surprised. But the meeting itself could have been unfinished business itself. Now, let's get one more. Okay, good. Oh, look at that. Let go, release, surrender. I'm going to add my own word, embrace. Look what's in the bottom of the deck. Divine timing. You're not in control of this. But I want you to take one thing away from this reading, okay? As far as the answer, embrace it. Embrace it. Don't resist it. That's what's making this worse. But focus on yourself as well too. But something tells me you are. I don't feel like I really need to tell you that. I feel like you are. I feel like you are working on yourself. I don't really feel like you're not doing that. You know, there are other people I read for and I'm like, I can feel you're not working on yourself. You're focusing way too much on this person. When this is meant to fizzle out, it will. Right now, there is a reason why the two of you are chained together, okay, with this feeling. And I'm going to tell you with this card here, you're not the only one. It's also happening to him too, okay? To what degree, I don't know, but who cares, right? So this is what I've got for you. This is what I've got for you. Let's just make sure, like, no one else has paid. Perfect. So I wish all of you the best. Thank you for showing up. Have a wonderful weekend and take care.